What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another MLB recap video. We are going to be going over so much news today because baseball is officially back. Tom Brady won his 6th Super Bowl. That was one of the most boring Super Bowls that I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, you guys might say, yo, defense wins Super Bowls, so it was a normal Super Bowl, you stupid idiot. I wanted to see a 50-45 game, but you know what? That's just me. ESPN and Fox Sports now have nothing to talk about because the Super Bowl's over. Now, baseball is about to take over the world. If you guys don't know when pitchers and catchers have to report, they report to spring training on February 13th. So whether you're watching it today on February 4th or in a week now, we're getting so close. So what I want to do is I want to get you guys I want to get your blood pumping. I want you guys to get excited knowing that baseball is just on the horizon. So we're going to play 2 quick little clips. The first one is coming from the MLB Twitter. I'll put their link in the description down below. They put out a little teaser for the upcoming season. So we'll see if this gets you hyped, and if it doesn't, I'm going to make my own trailer, and it's going to be it's going to be amazing. And you guys have to let me know in the comment section down below which one got you more hype. So first MLB, then Fuzzy's edition of getting you hyped up for 2019 baseball. Roll it.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. 1 winner, 42 losers.
Can you ask for? We have baseball, we have Lightning McQueen, we have Bartolo Colon. That's the perfect mix. I am so excited. Now, the one downside to pitchers and catchers reporting on February 13th is there's still over 100 free agents left on the market, and the biggest ones, Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. Bryce Harper, if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, unfortunately, I have to really kind of stalk his every movement because as a baseball YouTuber, I have to make sure that if he signs with the team, I am one of the first people to upload that video. So I have his little notifications turned on. So as soon as the Super Bowl ended, he tweeted something. So I said, oh my God, he's going to report that he's going to Philly or something like that. It was just a stupid little tweet saying loading. So Rhys Hoskins retweeted that. I'm not sure exactly what he means by loading. Maybe he's like loading in his baseball stance and working on his skills, or he's loading with loading and not taking, and he's taking his time with signing. Please sign, I beg of you. I can't even go to the movies or the grocery store or to Mount Charleston to go sledding without worrying that Bryce Harper is going to sign because he's taking so long. But that's besides the point. What about Manny Machado? Manny Machado, too, is also taking his sweet time. Well, you know what? You know what, Manny Machado? You can take that $300 million and shut up. Guys, it's really not that serious. I am just in the best of moods. I don't even feel good right now. I think I'm getting sick, but with baseball on the horizon, the fact that we are so close to game time, I just cannot wait for the day where I can flip on any random sports channel at 2 o'clock on a random Thursday and find baseball to watch. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to go over my 5 biggest things that I'm looking forward to in the 2019 Major League Baseball season. And if you guys agree or disagree with any of these things, or if I left out anything, also let me know in the comment section down below. Slap a like on this video if you are enjoying it, and let's start talking about some baseball. Yes. So the first thing that I am absolutely crazy for is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I cannot wait for him to be able to be called up. I think they have to wait 2 weeks because they're going to do the same thing as what the Cubs did with Chris Bryant, because if they keep him for 2 weeks in the minors and then they bring him up, then they have full control over him for 1 more year, as opposed to having to give him a huge contract next summer or the next time that his contract is over. So it's really just a strategic move to hold him in the minors for about 12 games, and then they're going to bring him up. So it's really smart. As smart as it is, though, that does kind of suck because he should be called up. He should be on the opening day roster, but you know, it's the legalities of baseball. The players agreed to it, so we can't really complain. But the baseball nerds of America, they have come out with their projections for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. based off his insane offensive stats in the minors. So they're projecting that he is going to play in 138 games. So if you take into account that he's going to miss a few because they want to keep him in the minors to make sure that they have control over him, he's going to play in a lot of games. So they're projecting that he's going to be healthy. They have a 306 batting average to go along with 22 to 23 home runs. And if he can do that as a rookie, watch out for the next 15 years of baseball, because this guy, he honestly looks like he could be the next Miguel Cabrera. We all know Miguel Cabrera doesn't have the best glove. He doesn't really steal you bags, but with the bat in his hand, there is no stopping him. So not only was he projected to have a 306 batting average, play in 138 games, and have 23 home runs, he's also projected to have a 4.7 WAR, which is keeping up with Trey Turner, Aaron Judge, and all real like star players in Major League Baseball. So people around the country are thinking that Vlad Jr. is going to be the next big thing. I've also seen some rumors that people are calling him like the best hitting prospect since Chris Bryant and since A-Rod. And in my opinion, if I'm 19, 20 years old, like that's really lofty goals. Now I'm confident in myself. As a baseball player, you have to be like Bryce Harper. You have to be confident in your abilities. Otherwise, you might cave under the pressure. So Vladimir Guerrero, will he be able to reach those lofty goals that we've set upon him? A 306 batting average, 20 plus home runs. He's going to play in 140 games. Is he going to do it? I hope that he does. I think that baseball is going to be so much more fun. I think Toronto sports will be a whole lot better because the last couple years it's just been a lot of disappointment for Toronto basketball fans, baseball fans. So I think if they have one shining light to hold on to, I'll give them that. So I hope Vlad goes off this year. So the next storyline that I will be paying close attention to in the 2019 season is the fact that Mike Trout is about to pass like 10 to 15 Hall of Famers already in WAR. The man is 26 years old. In my opinion, if Mike Trout retired today to go be a weatherman, he would be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, it might take him 1 or 2 ballots, but right now, as his career stands, the dude is one of the greatest players ever. So I'm just going to read off a list of names. So I'm going to look down at my notes, so don't judge me. But if he gets one more WAR this year, he will be passing Roy Halladay, Willie McCovey, I keep saying McCovey, it's McCovey, Reggie Smith, Andre Dawson, and Reb Faber. I don't know who that is, but he's passing all of those guys with a 1 WAR season. He's going to do that. So he's already had a better career than McCovey, and he's 26 years old. So that says a lot about Mike Trout. If he gets 2 WAR, Mike Trout will be passing Chase Utley, Craig Biggio, Tony Mullane, I don't know who that is, Willie Randolph, Ed Walsh, and Goose Goslin. So those are some big names as well. With 3 WAR, he'll be passing Duke Snyder, Pee Wee Reese, Buddy Bell, Luis Tiant, Don Sutton, Dwight Evans, Roberto Alomar, and Don Drysdale. There's a lot of big names in that sentence. With 4 WAR, Mike Trout will be passing Ernie Banks, Fred Clark, Ryan Sandberg, Greg Nettles, Kevin Brown. With 5 WAR, he will be passing Kenny Lofton, Edgar Martinez, Carl Hubble, Carlton Fisk, Ivan Rodriguez, Mr. Pudge Rodriguez, Eddie Murray, Al Simmons, Jim Palmer, John Smoltz, Tony Gwynn with the 6 WAR. Now, I'm predicting that Mike Trout's going to get a 10 WAR, so he's already blowing past these guys. If he gets 6 WAR, he'll be passing Manny Ramirez, Tim Raines, Carlos Beltran, Gary Carter, Scott Rowland, and then we're going to go all the way skip down to 9 WAR, because if he gets 9 WAR, he'll be passing Derek Jeter, Larry Walker, Jim Thome. Oh my gosh, dude. Mike Trout was just incredible. I could go on for forever about the accolades of this man's career, but you guys better, if you are Angels fans, you guys better be sending letters to your GM saying, please sign everyone ever, because they've actually made the most amount of their money in 2018, the Angels have, so they better be signing a good amount of players, which they are, but they need more pieces, because Mike Trout, he's a once-in-a-lifetime player. The third thing that I will keep my eye on is the fact that Yu Darvish and Shohei Ohtani are both going to be coming back from arm injuries, and I'm really curious to see who is going to be the best Japanese player in baseball next year. It could be Shohei, it could be Yu Darvish, it could be Yusei Kikuchi. I think he just signed with the Seattle Mariners. It could be Masahiro Tanaka. So if you guys had one pick to choose from any of those guys, just from a pitching standpoint, because we know if it's hitting, we're going to take our man Shohei Ohtani, the reigning Rookie of the Year. So we're going to take Shohei on the offensive side, but if you could take one Japanese pitcher, who would you take? And I'm really excited for Yu Darvish to come back. The Cubs, they're a really good team. I'm an Indians fan, but I'm not salty anymore. That, the 2016 World Series, it's done, it's over with. I think the Cubs can make a playoff run if Darvish comes back and does what he does, because if you take a look at his stats right here, he's had a sub-3 ERA once, he's had a pretty average 3 ERA a couple times, so Yu Darvish on top of his game makes the game of baseball a whole lot better to watch. At the number 4 spot for what I'm looking forward to in 2019, in my opinion, the 2 most improved teams, at least in terms of the offseason, are the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. So my thing is, who is going to be the best baseball team in New York? The Mets, let me just read off their transactions and then I'll go into the Yankees, because they've had the best offseasons that I've seen in quite some time. The Mets have signed a good amount of pieces this year, as well as traded for a good amount of pieces. They've signed Jed Lowry, Wilson Ramos, they brought back Jersey Familia, and they traded for Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz. Those are 5 really solid pieces to an already pretty decent team. Well, let me be honest, they weren't decent last year, but they played fairly well in the first couple of games. I think they were like 11-0 or 11-1 in the beginning half of the season, and then they fell off, and then they were somewhat good in the second half. So with those pieces, the Mets should be making a push. Now we have to talk talk about the Yankees. The Yankees traded for James Paxton. They signed CeCe Sabathia, J.A. Happ, Troy Tulowitzki, DJ LeMahieu, Adam Ottavino, and Zach Britton. So they went off. They spent a ton of money this year. Now, the one thing about the Yankees that is currently breaking news is they are trying to trade Jacoby Ellsbury to the San Francisco Giants. I'm not sure why the Giants would want to do that. I mean, Ellsbury's been a bust in New York. That's just my opinion. It's a lot of money for not a lot in return. And then the last thing that I want to cover is division races for the AL Central, the AL East. They are going to be absolutely insane, just like they were last year in 2018. So, for example, in the AL West, there's the Astros, the A's, the Mariners, the Rangers, and the Angels. I think the Astros and the A's are going to be pretty solid, but the Mariners, they've made some improvements as well. The Angels, they should be coming back. They signed a few pieces, and who knows what's happening with the Rangers. But in the National League East, the Braves have gotten better. The Mets have obviously gotten better. The Phillies, they're still trying to sign Bryce Harper. Even if they don't get Bryce Harper back with Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, I still feel like they'll be in the thick of things. In the Central, we have the Cubs, the Brewers, the Pirates, the Cardinals traded for Paul Goldschmidt, so that division is going to be insane. In the West, the Rockies, the Dodgers, the Padres are trying to get better, the Diamondbacks. So, I mean, that's just it's going to be insane. We haven't even mentioned the fact that the AL East is going to be even crazier now that the Yankees have improved. The Red Sox, they spent a ton of money last year in 2018, so they just re-signed a few small pieces. Nathan Eovaldi, Steve Pearce. I'm not sure if they're going to bring back Kimbrel, but in the AL Central, the Twins have gotten better. The Tigers are still the Tigers. The Royals and the White Sox, the White Sox are trying to improve as well if they get Machado, but the Indians, they've had a terrible offseason, so I feel like at this point, the AL Central might be up for grabs, so that's going to be insane to watch as well. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you slap a like and subscribe, because from this point on, whether it's MLB The Show 19 or going out and playing baseball or just covering Major League Baseball in general, this is the perfect channel for you. So hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 61,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Get hyped for baseball. Baseball season's back. Let's go.
All the small things, ball made, ripped jeans, conversation.